everyone, I am surrounded by piles of boxes. I think I have 7 boxes filled with curriculum for next year, and I thought it would be fun to unbox it with you here on the video so that you can see all of the really fun curriculum that we're going to be using next year. Now, the bulk of the curriculum that we're going to be using next year is from BJU Press, and so that is what I am unboxing. But if you want to know what we are using, all of the stuff that we're using for every subject, for every kid, I'm going to have next year, I'm going to have preschool, 1st grade, 4th grade, 6th grade, 8th grade, and 10th grade. So all of those curriculum choices are over on my blog. I did them in a blog post this year instead of videos. Maybe I'll get videos out, but I thought just in case, I know a lot of you have been asking what curriculum I'm going to use next year for the 2020-2021 school year, so I have those up on my blog. So you can just go to JanelleKnutson.com and click on the blog link, and you will see all my curriculum choices for all of those grades and ages. That's 6 kids, you guys, 6 kids next year that we're going to be doing schoolwork with. So it's going to be an exciting, adventurous year. But the bulk of the stuff that we're going to be using is going to be from BJU Press, and we're going to be using a lot of the distance learning videos. So excited to start unboxing all of this with you. So first up is this one. This is the only one, I promise, that I have cut open already. I've got my scissors here to do the cutting for the rest of them. But this box came maybe a week ago, way before the other boxes did. And so I was like, what is this? Because it doesn't have the BJU Press label on it. And what it is the chemistry kit for chemistry that my 10th grader is going to be doing. Let me see if I can get it out of the box here. Seriously, it is a box in a box. Let me just show you. It's a box in a box. So I'm going to try to get it out. I have to like stand on my tiptoes to do this, or maybe like shake it out. This is in here really tight. This is crazy. All right. We just start the unboxing video by having something stuck. Okay, that was packaged really tight. So this is the chemistry kit that I ordered from Logos Science Labs. Or Logos Science, and I'm really excited. This past year she did BJU Biology through the distance learning course. Wonderful course, and we got the Logos Science Lab Kit for biology, and it was so helpful. So went ahead and got the chemistry one as well. I'm not going to open this up and unbox it, but I do believe that BJU Press has a video that goes through everything that's in it. So if they do, I will leave that link down below, and if they don't, then maybe I'll have to do just a specific unboxing of what comes in the chemistry kit from Logos Science. But I'm going to put that right here. All right, here is a small box. This one looks a little bit easier to manage. So I'm going to cut this open. Like I said, for BJU, I really like to use the distance learning videos. It allows my kids to do a lot of the work independently while I still have a lot of control over what they're learning. We do the online option, and so I can unselect things if I don't want them to do specific assignments or lessons. I also, with the online, you get access to the teacher's manuals online. So if I decide one day I want to teach the class, I want to teach the lesson to my child instead of having them watch the video, I can do that. I can just access the lesson plans online. So that is what I love about it, and it's just going to make it a lot easier for this next school year for a lot of my kids to be working independently. So what do we have in this box? We have vocabulary level D, and this must be the student one because this one says teacher's edition. So got that. I believe level D, I think this is going to be for my 10th grader for 10th grade vocabulary. Also have vocabulary level B. This looks like it is the teacher's edition. And this one is the student's edition. So I got those. Vocabulary is actually included in a lot of the BJU reading and literature courses, which we are going to be doing, but I just wanted them to have a little bit extra vocabulary. I thought this next year, that's going to be one of our kind of focuses for my 8th grader and 10th grader. It's hard to remember what grades they're all in, but I wanted to really just emphasize working even more on vocabulary. So I went ahead and got those. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside, set the box over here, get the next box. We got 2 boxes down, I think 5 to go. All right, so like I said, I really like the online option better than the DVD option. That's a personal preference. I believe I did a video talking about the differences between online and DVD. I think I did. If not, if I did, I will leave a link down below, that video comparing distance learning DVD versus online. Very similar, just the different format, but the online option does allow you to have a little bit more, how would you say, control as a parent in selecting what things you want your student to do and what things you don't want them to do, because that's just right there online for you to check off and stuff. So anyways, all right, getting that out. We have the Reading 4 student textbook. We have Reading 5. This looks like the handouts for Science 4. And so one of the things, if you're not familiar with BJU at all, or the difference between maybe you teaching it yourself, using the textbooks versus using the video lessons, is the video lessons come with their own handouts. The teachers have some extra handouts that they use when they're teaching the lessons. So these are the student handouts. And I'm going to guess these are the handouts for the video lessons. So that was for Science 4. We've got the Reading 4 work text. We have Math 4 tests. So, wow, this box is actually deep. I'm thinking I'm almost done emptying the box. I am not. So I'm going to have to set these somewhere. Okay, this is really going to get messy. Things are going to pile up. Right here is the Reading 4 Parent Facilitator video lesson guide. I do not use these. These are really important if you are using DVD, but all of this information is online, and so I actually don't keep these. I don't need them because that information is online for me to access, and so I like the least amount of paper, the better. But we also have the video lesson guide for Math 4. Here is a Parent Facilitator copy video lesson guide for Science 1. Here's a student handout for Reading 4. These are shrink wrapped and they're already hole punched, so when I open this up, they'll be hole punched and ready to go right in their binders, which is awesome. Okay, here are the student handouts for Science for 1st grade. My 1st grader is so excited to be doing the distance learning videos for science, for heritage studies, and for math next year. He's loving the kindergarten Math 5 videos this year, and super excited to be adding in some more videos next year. One of the things I do want to say about BJU for 1st grade, for their science and heritage studies, each one is just a semester. So they'll do science one semester, he will do heritage studies the next semester, or what I did with one of my other kids when they were in 1st grade is they would do like one day of science and then the next day of heritage studies and rotate back and forth because they wanted to do science and heritage studies throughout the whole year. And so, but that is really nice because 1st grade, your kid shouldn't be having to do a whole lot of school. And so we focus on phonics, we focus on math, and then they just get a little bit of heritage studies and a little bit of science sprinkled in, and they're not doing a whole year of science and a whole year of heritage studies. So I really appreciate that about the BJU Press 1st grade science and heritage studies. This is Math for student handouts. Okay, I'm really gonna have to move some things around here. Math for tests, Math for work text. This is the Math for through 6 manipulatives. So these manipulatives, they're cardstock, like really heavy cardstock, kind of glossy, and you will punch those all out and make little packets for your students. And the same ones are used for 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. So once you punch them out, you really don't have to do it again, because you'll use them for all of those different grades. All right, let me set this down on the floor. Okay, a few more things in this box. We have Reading 5, and we have Math for Review Work Textbook. All right, that is this box done. Let's grab another one. All right, I just had to kind of sort things around me because I still have 4 boxes to go and the curriculum's already piling up. So here's my next box. I gotta move my mug out of the way here, take a sip. Put that down back over there. And let's open up this next box. I would love to know what curriculum you are planning on using next year. Have you used any of the BJU Press Curriculum? What do you like about it? If you have used it, it's just always fun to hear what other people are using, because there is really so many great options when it comes to curriculum for our families. And you know, what might work for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. And a lot of times it's just different seasons, right? BJU Press distance learning has been great for my family. In the last few years, we just used it a little bit this year for mostly math and for my high schooler. Going to be using it a whole lot next year because it's just what we need. So I love that as homeschoolers, we get to pick the curriculum. We get to pick what is going to work best for our family in the season that we're in. So on to the next box. This is their little getting started pamphlet, which if you have never used BJU Press Distance Learning Online, great thing to look through so you understand what you're getting and how it all works. Here is the handouts for the excursions in literature course. Don't need that. Okay, here are book links. All right, so what are book links? I've got 2 of them here. Well, actually I got more of them. Let me show you all the book links here that I got. All right, several book links. I think these are for several different grades because I'm pretty certain these are not all for the same grade. But what are book links? These are awesome. So one of the things that I've gone back and forth about when it comes to reading curriculum for my kids is I want them to learn how to read well, good reading comprehension. I mean, there's just so many aspects of reading. I want them to read quality literature. I want them to be able to analyze it and learn all about literary analysis and the different components of literature. And so sometimes I think I just want my kids to read real living books, but then I often then don't teach them a lot of the different concepts that they need that go along with reading. And so BJU Press has really set it up in an excellent way because, let me see if I can get one of the books. Here's what they do for reading. Okay, this is what I wanted. So this is their 4th grade reading textbook. It is short stories, okay? This is full of short stories and as your student is reading those stories, they're going to be learning about different aspects of literature and reading, analyzing things and all that kind of stuff that we want our kids to know. But they're not reading big, thick, novels. But they actually are. That's where the book links come in. The book links are actual novels that they are going to be reading. So for example, this one is Sheriff at Waterstop. So there's the book that they're going to be reading, and then it comes with this kind of book link that has activities and fun things for them to do that go along with the book and the theme of the book. So I really feel like BJU has it like completely covered. They get to read great literature, actual real books, but they also get to learn all about literary analysis and all those different aspects of reading that honestly I can't even tell you right now because I always forget, and I'm just glad BJU Press has my back covered. They take care of it for me and tell me what my kid needs to learn when they need to learn it, because I often forget, about so many different aspects of reading comprehension and all of that. So they've got you covered. So I love that they have both of those components. And where am I going to stick these? Okay, another box down. Let's pull over this big, oh my gosh, this is so heavy. Oh my gosh, that is really heavy. I had my kids bring the boxes inside and they put them in a closet a couple days ago, and then I had them pull them out of the closet and put them on the table here for me because they were just heavy. So my kids did the work for me, and I get to have the fun of opening them. So actually all my kids are asleep right now. I have been trying to do this unboxing video for several days, and you know, when you have a lot of kids, it just gets crazy, and it was just too crazy. Every time I started to record, somebody needed mommy. So I thought, I'm just gonna do it way late at night when everybody's asleep. So that's what we're doing. All right, so here is excursions in literature. I cannot remember if this one is for 8th grade or 10th grade. I don't remember, but it's for one of those grades, for my 8th grader or my 10th grader. We're also gonna be doing Heritage Studies 4. Okay, so excited about this one. This is pre-algebra. This is why I'm excited about it. It is a brand new distance learning course. And I watched a little, like, I think it was a Facebook video they did where the instructor, and it's, I know, I should know who the instructor is. I see his face, the name's not coming to me. But anyways, he was talking about the new pre-algebra course, and I was so excited. I'm so excited. My daughter's excited. Actually, I gave her an option between this, the BJU Distance Learning Pre-Algebra, and another curriculum pre-algebra course, and she's like, oh, I totally have to do this one because Mr. whatever his name is. I will put it down here because I feel so bad that I forgot what his name is. But when you do a video late at night, sometimes all the brain cells aren't working. But anyway, super excited about this new course, distance learning course, and so is my daughter. We are also going to be doing Earth Science for 8th grade. So we've got the Earth Science textbook. We have student handout for Heritage Studies 4. The chemistry textbook for my 10th grader who's going to be taking chemistry, and also the lab manual. We're going to be doing writing and grammar. This is 8 for 8th grade. We've got chemistry handouts. We've got a whole, I'm not going to go through each of these, but a whole bunch more of the lesson guides here for different subjects. Here is writing and grammar 8, and the Heritage Studies 4 work text or activity manual. I'm sorry, this is called the activity manual. All right, we got another box down. Looks like we got 2 more, and I'm gonna have to move some stuff over here, put it maybe right here in front of everything, and let's see if I can get this up. Okay, there we go. All right, let's open up this big one. This one and one more to go. I always like getting curriculum. I usually like to open it with my kids because it gets them excited, but I'll have this all sitting out for them and they can look through it tomorrow. So let me know, what do you do? Do you open up the stuff with your kids, or do you like to open it up yourself and look through it before your kids dive in? Let me know in the comments how you do your curriculum unboxing. All right, we have a Spanish-English dictionary because my daughter is going to be taking Spanish 2. She is currently doing the Spanish 1 course from BJU Press, Distance Learning, and we are really, really liking it. I am hoping to get a review out, at least on my blog, on Spanish 1 from BJU because it's really an excellent course. So we're going to do Spanish 2 next year. We are going to be doing BJU Geometry through the Distance Learning course this year as well. So we have that workbook. Heritage 5. Now, I don't have a 5th grader this next year, but we're going to be doing Heritage 5. My 6th grader is going to be doing Heritage 5, and here's why. 6th grade Heritage Studies is what is it, ancient civilizations or something like that, and we just did ancient civilizations. Like, that's what we just did this last year with a different curriculum. But Heritage 5 is an excellent course. It goes through the foundation of the United States all the way up through, I think, the Obama administration. Let me look. I believe it was through the Obama administration. And anyways, it is just a great overview of American history before they jump into, you know, the middle school and the high school U.S. history. And so I wanted to make sure that he got this. Also, Miss Ingersoll teaches this course through the distance learning, and all my kids love her, and all my kids want to make sure they take all of her classes. So we went ahead and did that, and that's one of the things I love about homeschooling, right? Just because this is 5th grade and I have a sixth grader doesn't mean he can't use this. He can totally use this because we're homeschoolers and we can decide what is best for our kids. The other great thing about BJU Press, when you order their grade kit for 2 of the subjects that you order, you can move up 2 grade levels or down 2 grade levels. So for example, let's say you have a 6th grader, you want them to do the 5th grade heritage studies, you want them to do 6th grade almost everything else, but they're super good at math. Maybe you want to bump them up to 7th grade math. You can do that and kind of mix the kid up a little bit. So I love that BJU recognizes that just because you have a kid in 5th grade or 6th grade or whatever grade doesn't mean that they're going to be learning and understanding and needing that exact same standard grade level on every subject. They understand kids are different. They are more advanced. They maybe are a little slower in different areas. That's just how we all are. And so you can cater it, the grade kits, to your kid. I love that. Okay, this is the elements of literature. Again, I can't remember if this is for 8th grade or 10th grade. I think it's the 10th grade one, but we got that. 1st grade heritage studies. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is such a cute, fun course. Really excited to have my 1st grader going through that. We have some Spanish to student handouts, American Republic handouts, Bible truth handouts. I am having my, let me think about this, 8th grader, my upcoming 8th grader is going to be doing the distance learning Bible course from BJU. So we got the handouts for that. We've got elements of literature handouts. We've got geometry handouts, heritage study handouts. We have the American Republic textbook. Super excited about this course as well for my 8th grader. Love all of the teachers at BJU Press that do the distance learning videos. My kids obviously have their favorites, but honestly, there hasn't been a teacher that they didn't like. Like, they've loved all of them. This is Writing and Grammar 10. And I know that there's going to be some people asking, Janelle, you're doing Writing and Grammar for BJU for 8th and 10th grade? I thought that wasn't your favorite. Well, here's the thing. I gave my 10th grader a choice between several different curriculums for writing and grammar, and she actually wanted to do the BJU Press. She said, Mom, I liked the BJU Press grammar and writing. I learned a lot. I love that she liked, and I also liked that this is half a semester and the other half of the semester is literature. She loves the distance learning literature from BJU, so she is actually the one that picked this and wanted to use it. So if they love something and they are eager to do it when it comes to school, you go with it. So I might have to be reviewing this, the high school writing and grammar for you guys sometime in the future after we've used it, because I had never used it before, but I was just hesitant to use it, but my daughter is super excited about it. Okay, this is the Science 5 activity manual. We've got lots of facilitator guides here. I'm just gonna pull them out because you don't need to see all of them. Like I said, I don't use these because I use the online option and all this information is online, but you would want them and they'd be useful if you're doing the DVD option. Both options are excellent. It just depends on what's going to be best for your family. Okay, we've got tests for a Heritage Studies course. We've got Heritage Studies 5, activity manual. All right, let's see. Getting a little stuck down there. The American Republic student activity. Heritage Studies 1 activity. All right, when you when you have 5 kids that are doing mostly BJU, it is a lot of stuff. This is Heritage Studies 4 tests. I actually normally only have my kids start taking tests in middle school, and then I actually grade them and keep grades in high school. I would use these tests as review if they needed extra review, or maybe in the summer to make sure that they kept some of those things that they learned fresh in their mind, especially when it came to math. However, it looks like we might be moving to a state that requires testing. And so we might be doing the test just to help my kids prepare and learn better how to take tests, because they're going to have to take tests on a yearly basis. Should everything work out in terms of possible job opportunity for my husband and us moving. So we'll see how that goes. But activity manual for Spanish 2. And this is the Bible Truths workbook here. So super excited about that course. All right, one more box to go. All right, one more big heavy box to go. Here we are, and I lost my scissors. Okay, if you could see the mess that is around me, where did my scissors go? Found them. Okay, so opening up the last box, I do believe that I have a couple things that are still on back order. It might just be for the pre-algebra course, because that is a new course, so maybe it's their handouts, but I know that there's a few things on back order. And honestly, after pulling all this out, I couldn't tell you what was missing, but so this is not everything. So as I'm unboxing all of this, it might seem overwhelming to you, like that is a ton of stuff. I don't know if I can homeschool if I have to have that much stuff, but just remember that this is for 5 kids, for my first grade, up and coming first grader, 4th grader, 6th grader, 8th grader, and 10th grader, for almost all of their subjects. Actually, for I think like my 10th grader, she's doing all BJU Press, distance learning, I believe. And like I said, I have all of my curriculum choices for each grade, all of the subjects, specifically what they're using, is on my blog. So if you want to go see what they're doing, head on over there and you'll see exactly what we're using for which subject for each grade and all of that. But this is curriculum for 5 kids for almost all of their subjects. So it seems like a lot, but once I put it out in piles for each kid, it seems a little bit more manageable and not so overwhelming. So let's finish unboxing this last box. This is Science 4, the Science 4 textbook. This, I believe, is the first grade science textbook, and it is, again, this first grade science course is so fun. It is such a great course. Here is Science 5. We have some handouts for writing and grammar 10. We've got Science 5 handouts. Okay, better just set those down and not hold them all up in one hand. This is the student handouts for Heritage Studies, first grade. And if you notice, this one is super thin. Like, they are not asking your first grader to do a whole lot. This is really thin, and sometimes some of these end up being blank sheets. It's not a lot of work for first grade, which I really appreciate. All right, more facilitator guides. Here is the Earth Science student handouts. This is world history. I believe this is what my 10th grader is going to be doing. We've got some tests here. This one is for Heritage Studies 1. So we probably, well, now that we might be testing, I keep forgetting that we might be moving to a state that requires testing. We might be doing the test just for practice before they have to do the yearly testing. More facilitator guides. The activity manual for Science 4. If you are in a state that requires testing, let me know how does that work for you? Does it stress you out? Because honestly, I have never been in a state that has required testing. And so I'm not stressed about it, but it's just a new experience for me. And I think it will be a good one because it'll help me be able to encourage you and help you guys better, because I don't have experience in that yet. And so I haven't been able to maybe really answer a lot of your questions about it and address some of your concerns about it. So now God's going to throw me into that same boat as a lot of you and get to experience what that is like. So if you live in a state that requires testing, let me know, like, does that stress you out? How do you handle it? What does your state require? All that kind of stuff. Leave it in the comments. We can have maybe a little discussion down there. This is the Math 1 work text page, or work textbook. Here we have the student activities for world history. This is the Math 1 manipulatives, and so again, you just punch those out. I put them in little Ziploc bags, and so that they're organized when we need them. Here are the world history handouts. The lab manual for earth science. Now I did not get the Logos Science lab kit for earth science for my 8th grader. I did get it for my previous student who did earth science, and we did really like the lab kit and it was really helpful. But I just couldn't get lab kits for both of them this year. And we actually have a lot of the lab kit left over that we can reuse. So the things that some experiments we won't be able to do, but some of them we actually still have enough supplies that we would be able to do them. And I think they have a refill kit I could have looked at. Might have to look into that. But the Logos, is that what they're called? Logos Science kits really are helpful, but I think they're almost necessary in the high school years, but in junior high, it makes the course more exciting, but they're not necessary. So I decided to get the chemistry lab kit for my high schooler because that really is the most important since she's doing high school work. All right, here's the student handouts for Math 1. We have the test for Math 1, test for Science 4, the test answer keys for Science 4. I keep saying test, but the blue ones are the answer keys, and then the white ones are the actual test that the student would take. I probably was saying that wrong through the whole video, but hey, it's really late at night. So here's the activity manual for Science 1, and I'm just going to show you inside. Like, it's really, really simple. Like, it's not asking them to do a lot of stuff, and a lot of times I will skip these if it just is too much work for my first grader, because I don't want them to do busy work. I want them to do work that's really going to help them. But some of these are a lot of fun too. So this one just says circle the places where wild animals have been, and so you're just looking at kind of investigating where an animal has been based on what you see in the picture, and you circle it. So that's super easy. So again, not overwhelming, not stressful for first grade. Here are the reading handouts, and we have some more tests and answer keys here. That is the end of my last box, you guys. I have unboxed everything from BJU that we're going to be using next year. Like I said, I think there's a few things that are on back order. We are using a few other curriculums for a few subjects for a few of my kids. So if you want to know everything that we're using for every kid, for every subject, go check out that blog post. Anything that I said that I would link to down below, I will try to remember to link to down below in the description. And if I forget something, just leave a comment and let me know that you were trying to find a link to something that I forgot to put on there, because sometimes I just cannot remember everything that I said in these unboxing videos because I'm just blabbing away and kind of talking to you, and sometimes forget what I promised to put down in the description. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing from BJU Press, all of the materials that we're going to be using next year. We're really excited, and love to hear from you. What curriculum are you going to use? Have you used BJU Press? Let's chat down in the comments. All right, you guys, I just thought I'd show you some behind the scenes here. This is what it's like to try to record really late at night when everybody's sleeping and the room is dark and the lighting in here is not very good. You've got to set up a lot of lighting. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you my little setup here and the mess that I made and everything that I have to clean up and pretty much rebox because we are moving, and so all of this has to be boxed up again so that we can pack it up and move it to wherever we're going to be living. So anyways, turn the camera around and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, there is my lighting right there, and I do not even have a actual video camera, so that it holds my phone in there, and that's how I record everything. So here is the mess. I had to put the boxes on a stool so that they were high enough for you guys to see, and there you go. This is the curriculum mess that I get to now pack back up before heading to bed and hopefully getting some sleep before my kids wake up. Wish me luck. I got everything boxed up. Now it is time for bed. I'll see you guys in another video.